piece. And then I'm doing one that says teaching the surest way to peace.
I was looking for uniqueness, but I think that's going to be hard to find.
I think I'm going to say not so divided.
Valued? Where we're valued? That'd be nice.
Something with free and living.
I need this. I really need this.
This is stress relief.
This is like therapy right now.
Good time with that one woman.
I'm proud of myself.
So your objective is to create an installation or installation of artwork that will visually depict your experience in education, your ideas of how to change the system, or asking a question to get the audience thinking about the problem and or possible solutions. So there's kind of 3 different general areas that you could go. You might be able to encompass all of it, but you could focus on the problem, you could focus on the education system, you could focus even on your generation, you could focus on what could it look like looking forward and for a solution.
What do you think, like, teachers, how can you help teachers change the system? Like, what do you wish teachers were able to do to better meet your needs?
Communicate better with each other.
Yeah. Okay.
Because a lot of teachers just tell you to sit down and be quiet and don't say anything unless you're called on. So
I think a lot of teachers don't really care anymore.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like what they're doing isn't worth anything. It's some teachers.
I feel like they're following the basic core, like that they need to fulfill, and that's it.
Yeah.
I got Common Core.
Like those pre-tests and post-tests that we all have to do.
I feel like the best teachers I've had, like they actually care about what they're doing. Because some teachers, like they're teaching what they like, and some teachers, like, oh, I have to go teach 9th grade English. I hate this.
Yeah.
So, like, I feel like if they're doing something they're really interested in, they do better. So those are the best teachers.
So should we? So let's put this in words, like no teacher passion for now. I mean, it's just okay.
Like theme, like cookie cutter. Everyone like has to.
Everyone's the same,
Has
but
to
they're
fit,
not.
fit in the
But they're
puzzle.
not. Yeah.
Something.
Yeah. Have it.
So everyone is wants. They're trying to make us the same.
Yeah.
Or,
And like people go to like extremes to like fit that like category, or like, and this is kind of getting off topic, but people like the amount of people that like cheat, the amount of people that like do this and that to be like the placed inside this like box. It's like the top 10% of our students, like most of them cheat in order to keep their like GPAs above a 4.5 or something. Like they're going to like those extremes. Like I was talking to Mrs. Parkin about this. Like, they're going to like new extremes to like make sure that they're like they fit properly in that box, to make sure that they fit like amongst everyone else. So it's just like it's bizarre to me like that people could take that extreme.
It's like a game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those
It's like a class on how to be a better person.
So, wait, these are 2 different things.
oh,
Okay,
Just
because you can be like a super nice, really good to people kind of person, and like really suck at doing life. You know, like what do you?
I mean, I
Or
feel like
both. Like, are you talking about like life skills, and you're talking about life skills, or are you talking about like,
No, like
don't
I'm,
be
like,
a jerk?
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about life skill.
I think we need both. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, write it down. That's what you'd like to learn about: how to not be a jerk, and
I mean, it's
life skills.
Alright, so ours is going to be very 3 well, this is going to be 2D, this is going to be 3D. So we're going to have a robotic skeleton.
Made out of paper
Yeah.
mache, made possibly, or we're gonna steal a skeleton.
Yeah.
That's up in the air.
And it's going to be like filled with cogs and metallic stuff so that it looks kind of unnatural. But we might have like a real looking heart inside of it and like some little like plants growing down so that there's some element of like there's like hope inside of it. And the skeleton is going to be pointing to a mirror that there's going to be painting in it of a real person.
And
Yeah.
then like we're gonna go from like kind of like dead under its feet to like on the like mirror it's like a whole tree that's like
Yeah, there's gonna be like dirt, and then there's like gonna be little plants, and under the mirror there's gonna be a tree coming up. So, and the mirror is gonna be against a wall, and the skeleton will be out in that like
so like
round
the
area.
person will be looking over the shoulder of the skeleton.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we also have this other idea where like there's sticky notes of like like what people want in the school system. So like the administrators or whatever are gonna like take a sticky note, and as they take sticky notes, it's gonna like reveal the person.
Yeah, 'cause it's like I want to learn, and then like I want to learn
Whatever.
about me.
So that'll be covering up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Until it's like
Until it's revealed.
Sweet.
The show is how school can burden and restrain and hold us down and just kind of take us away from who we are and being able to do things that are important to us. And so throughout the 3 steps, and like each one of these shows the 3 steps just but so the first one, the person's going to be held down to the ground or being like crushed or having to bear this weight or something. Second stage is them kind of getting up, shedding some of it, or being able to deal with it, but we want to avoid like the just dealing with it aspect, just to make our point more clear that there needs to be change. Then the third one, the person will be kind of liberated from it and, suspended in the air.
Okay, go ahead.
So our theme is about how the system pretty much just like categorizes us and judges us by like a number, a GPA, an ACT score, and how we're all trained to be the same and compete against each other pretty much.
Yeah, there's like no worth outside of that.
Yeah. It was just all about the score. And what we wanted to do is take literal bricks and stack them up against the wall and have layers also so it doesn't just collapse and stuff. And on each brick, which like represents a student, I'll have a GPA. And we were thinking it would just be like random, like numbers. Yeah. And so the wall will like deteriorate down and like the bricks will be broken up eventually. And then behind this, we were thinking like adding creativity.
like big old books, okay? And they're all in a line.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
I mean, like, yeah, roughly. And they're each like the big books are like things that we've learned in school that we can't really apply to the future, and then the smaller book there is like the stuff that does apply to the future and that we can use. And on the inside there's like, I don't know, a table of contents or something. And then like we were thinking about changing the name of it, but like a future book that's crushing a person. Because
small book
you want future.
throughout the high school that the future
Sweet. So your like thesis is that you're just learning a bunch of stuff that you're never going to use.
Yeah.
And then once you actually need to go out and do stuff, you're just going to get crushed. Positive?
Yeah, that's right.
Thing that resonated with me most is that I feel like we don't give kids enough credit. Like I feel like we always want to downplay their thoughts and their feelings and their emotions and everything like that, but really it's the same feelings that we had and the same feelings that the people before before us had. Like, they go through very similar struggles, and it was really cool to engage with them and listen to them and just hear them out and hear their thoughts and their feelings towards everything. Just how they want to creatively express it too is really, really cool to see.
I think it was interesting to be able to deliver that kind of unique perspective, in the respect that, like, we know what it was like to go through the hallways. We know that even some of the teachers they were talking about, you know. So I think it was interesting to think that, was that us? To me, I thought it was a really reflective experience to work with them, because it's like I saw a lot of similarities and being like, oh, like, you're cynical too. I remember that, but I don't know. I thought it was nice for, you know, it was a good reflective day, I think, and I think we need to give them a little bit more credit.
Kids are people too.
Yeah.
So I think that allowing them to express their thoughts on the system that they've been stuck in their entire lives so far is important, because I feel like nobody ever really asks them that question. So I think that what's being produced will be really interesting for teachers to see and parents, and also just kind of allow them to reflect on their own experience, try to figure out what they can make of it for themselves personally.
Yeah, I asked my group, what's one thing you want to learn? And my 7 kids, 2 of them just couldn't think of anything. It was you have no idea what you would want to learn, and they were I've just never been asked that before, which is, it's a very unfortunate thing today that the options of what you want to learn are on a list, and you have to check what it is. And then a lot of them were talking about how, despite what they want to learn, that there's, even though that might be an option, they're told this option is more important, and so then they choose that option. But what was really cool is getting to hear them open up about just who they are, what their problems are, and how the school system today doesn't address those problems. So we talked a lot about how there are many human factors, and how they felt those human factors are not important at all in learning, or really aren't being addressed in learning, right? So I thought that was really just amazing to hear this group of seemingly 7 strangers, because when I asked them how well do you guys know each other? Well, we know each other, but these other kids are just in my class. But they were able to really articulate what their issue was, and then another kid would be oh yeah, I have that same issue, and I have that same issue, and you could tell that they were making connection in that way, and I like to think that was pretty powerful for them to feel they're not alone in this, but maybe the way that the system is all set up, they feel very much like they don't have the opportunity to even make that connection.